Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. In this video, let's discuss president, the government in the TWDU. I've done some videos before. One, how did the military fail, is an old one, but my most watched video. It needs to be updated for sure. But the military is a big subject in The Walking Dead, as is the government, and the two may be separated or may not be. Some military and government may be together in a bunker, most likely, right? If they are still alive, of course. Spoiler alert on pretty much everything The Walking Dead universe. So now we're 12 plus years in to The Walking Dead story. The main show's over. No real info came through there. But in Fear the Walking Dead, we did see some of the government remnants and some of the early government military actions from the start of the apocalypse. I've done some videos on Operation Cobalt and other early operations the military did in The Walking Dead. There's a big picture of what played out for the most part. Sure, there's lots of holes, but Dr. Jenner summed up everything in a nutshell with what he told Rick and the gang in season 1 of The Walking Dead. That was just pretty much the shit hit the fan. Everything crumbled and went to chaos. We know a Civic Republic now, who it seems would be the rents of the military, and maybe a few government people, maybe a few rich people are part of that. We know about Deanna at Alexandria. We know about Commonwealth. Pamela's dad had been the president. She was a rich, important person. We also learned in Fear the Walking Dead about Senator Elias Vasquez. He made it to the bunker with his staff and a Padre book or folder. How many other senators had this book? Is he the only one? I'm imagining not, but he's the only one shown to us. Vasquez is the one that Alicia followed. He was a walker and she thought he would take her to Padre, which was pretty funny. Now that we have seen what happened to Padre, that no one ever showed up once the kids that named themselves Birds took over. So maybe there's a congressman or speaker of the House or president or vice president holed up still somewhere in a bunker. Or maybe once The Ones Who Live airs, we might find out more about how Civic Republic was started and some past government or military were a part of that. As of now, the end of 2023, no huge military or government entity has come forth, except for Civic Republic, which seems to be its new thing, newly created, which seems like the best possibility for people of the government or military that came together to create something. Is it a plan? Was that a plan, maybe like a Padre, to start something like Civic Republic, or did people do it on their own? Some of the, like I say, rich people or government people or military people just kind of started that on their own, and that seems kind of what it's like, but hopefully we'll learn more about it. In Fear the Walking Dead, the character Will tells us that other government officials were supposed to also rendezvous there, but they never made it. We were learning about Padre and Major General Krennic, which was the guy at Padre over Padre. We saw a little of that, how he and the others were killed. The container area was overrun with walkers, and no one like Senator Vasquez or any other military officials ever showed up. Krennic was telling the kids they needed to distribute the supplies, seed new communities, as how the program was designed. Of course, the Walking Dead universe is a whole different universe where zombies can happen, but in this universe, in the United States, what is their plan? We have Raven Rock. The Cold War with Russia was going on, the bunkers, fallout shelters, and all of that. In the show, Krennic's daughter said, how do we even know there's any other people out there? And Krennic told her that Senator Elias Vasquez had made contact with him the day before from where he's living in a bunker beneath the Franklin Hotel in Galveston, Texas. He's got his staff with him. He's ready to help make this happen. But of course, Vasquez never got to Padre, never initiated that, never helped Krennic because Krennic died also. And the whole thing, like I say, just went to crap. Everything went to chaos. But let's look at what might happen in the real world. We have secret bunkers and things like that for the government. But what's their idea of how to do it? How is it going to be set up? And from what I learned as far as looking it up around the Reagan era, they came up with a plan, the continuity of the government. And part of that is splitting up the government. We're going to send some people over here to this bunker and some people over here to this bunker and some people over here to this bunker. Key people from the military and government. And if something happens to one, we still got the other two. If something happens to two, we still got the other one. Instead of sending everyone to Raven Rock, for example, or sending everyone to this other bunker or base, they're going to split them up. So could the president over here still be alive? Possibly. Could the vice president over here in a different bunker still be alive? Possibly. But unless we see a connection with Civic Republic, with the president, chief of staff, some of the top 3, 4 in line as far as the next in line as far as president and stuff, if we don't see any of those people connected to Civic Republic, I think it's a pretty safe bet to say that they didn't make it. But overall, it just seems like all of that broke down. In the zombie apocalypse, maybe, a nuclear war, it would have worked. But the zombie apocalypse, in the TWDU anyway, their plan just didn't work. So some of you guys may have been able to listen to and watch The Walking Dead fan fiction story that I did called The Blood Path. It was in 3 parts. I'll leave a link in the description. But there's a small little piece that I put in that where the main characters come upon a car that was obviously a government official. Some bodies that had been ransacked, looked like it had been attacked even. And we don't really find out anything about it. It was just a quick little moment that they passed, but realized, hey, that looks like, that car is maybe shot up or something, and the people inside killed or taken. And if the bigger story of the Blood Path got play out, you would find out that there were even some people inside the government that knew about the COG plan that they had, and which senators were the important ones with the books, with the main books like Padre, with the other things to keep the government going. And they were targeted. In Fear the Walking Dead, we had Teddy and his doomsday cult that ended up killing Senator Vasquez and taking over the bunker. But as far as answering the question, is the president still alive? Is any of the government that could continue if they would just come out of the bunker? Is any of the military left? And I think the answers to pretty much all of that is no, unless they became a part of maybe Civic Republic. I just don't think there's anybody out there left, especially not in one piece, as far as hey, I'm the vice president, or hey, I'm the top military commander. I think especially now that we're this far in, we can say that there is not any U.S. military or government coming back. As with Civic Republic, it seems whatever is created will have a new name. It's a very good chance it's not ever again going to be the United States of America. But hey, I know there's a lot more details to this that we can talk about down in the comments, a lot of little things, a lot of other mentions in the show that possibly I didn't mention here in the video. Hey, let's start it. Let's start that conversation down in the comments below, and I'll join you there. This is James in Nashville. As always, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more dead stuff.